Hello students, welcome back. Let us continue with the chapter 16 environmental issues. In this video we will going to see about the wastewater treatment, solid waste management, solid waste disposal and remedy for the plastic as well as soil pollution. So let us start with the topic called integrated wastewater treatment. Now see, when we say integrated means it is obviously combination of couple of things, right? And when we have to treat the wastewater, so we have to use the wastewater as well as something else in which the water is purified as well as we get some remedy from the thing. So there is a case study. The case study is of United States. It was in the town of Arcata, and which is in the northern coast of California, and an integrated wastewater treatment process was developed with help of some biologist, which was in the University of Humboldt State University actually. So the biologist of them and the people living in that city, of the town basically, so they all combined together and they made a project. So the cleaning of the wastewater, it was in the two stages. The first, the conventional sedimentation, filtration, chlorine treatment was given, and the treated water still contain lots of heavy metals and some other dangerous pollutants. So in that case it was very difficult to use that water or reuse that water for any purpose. So then the biologist, they developed some different methods along with these people of the Arcata. So what they did, they developed a series of 6 connected marshes over 60 hectares of marshland. So there was a huge land, almost 60 hectares of marshland. They made it, and appropriate plants, algae, fungus and bacteria were grown in this marshland, and these life forms basically, they neutralize, they absorb, they assimilate the pollutants, and thus they purify the water naturally. So this was very well described method by the biologist of the Humboldt University. Marshes, they continue or they constitute a sanctuary with a high level of biodiversity in form of fish, animals, birds, and now they reside there. So the citizen group called this Friends of Arcata Marsh, that is called FOAM, FOAM. They are responsible for upkeep and safeguarding of this project. Very good case study from the Humboldt State University and the people of the Arcata. Another example is of EcoSan toilets. They have been developed in the areas of Kerala and Sri Lanka for ecological sanitation. What are the advantages of this ecological sanitation? The thing is, it is practical, hygienic, efficient method of human waste disposal. It is cost effective, and human excreta can be recycled into natural fertilizer to replace chemical fertilizer. So these are the advantages of EcoSan toilets and its ecological sanitation. It is used in some parts of Kerala as well as in Sri Lanka. So these case studies will help you to understand how wastewater can be treated, and this question can be for 2 marks, so you should remember that. Let us come to the solid waste management. Now solid waste management is a big issue in our country because you see, as the human population grows, the solid waste management is again a big issue. So they are discarded solid materials produced from human activities, which can be biodegradable, non-biodegradable, recyclable. So if you see the waste, it can be like municipal solid waste, waste from homes, office, schools, hospitals, that are collected and disposed by municipality, which generally consist of papers, leather, textile, rubber, and glass, and so on. Then we have industrial waste, scraps, fly ash, you can say, which are generated by industries. Hospital waste, uh, hazardous waste, which are there especially from the hospitals. They contain disinfectants and other harmful chemicals, pathogenic microbes, which are generated by the hospitals. Very carefully it has to be disposed. E-waste, electronic waste we have. These are the damaged electronic goods which are irreparable. We cannot repair them, so it is irreparable, especially the parts of the computers. Then we have polystyrene and plastic packaging used for fruits and vegetable, biscuits, milk, so on. So these are some of the solid waste. But then the question arises, what are the methods of the solid waste disposal? So we have 5 to 6 different methods by which we can treat this solid waste. First is open burning. Municipal waste is reduced by burning in open dump, but unburnt waste serves as a breeding grounds for lot of insects, rats, flies, and it can communicate lot of diseases. So many diseases can be spread. So it can be a good method, but it can cause a big problem. Then we have sanitary landfills. So waste are dumped in the depression or a trench after compaction and covered with dirt. But seepage of the chemicals from the landfills can pollute the underground drinking water. So that can be again a question. Then we have rag pickers. In India, it is called kabadiwala. So they used to roam everywhere and they used to collect the plastic and papers and different things. So they normally try to collect the things which are recyclable or reuse. Then we have natural breakdowns, especially all the biodegradable waste, which are kept into deep pits in the ground for natural breakdown. Then we have recycling, especially the e-waste which are generated from the computers and other sources can be reused or recycled. Very important, some of the metals like silver, copper, nickel, gold, they are being recovered from the parts of the computers. Then the last is incineration. Now when I talk of incineration, majority of the e-waste, even biodegradable hospital waste, and even non-biodegradable hospital waste, they are incinerated because that is the best method. So majority of the waste can be incinerated and you don't have anything left over in the incineration. Incineration means it's a big furnace up to 900 degree or 1000 degree. That's a huge temperature. You have to put the stuff inside, close that instrument gate, and then just put the high temperature. You don't find anything left over. So that can be a good method. But our country is suffering from another big, or even the world is suffering from big issue, that is the plastic, use of plastic. So in that case, what remedy for the plastic waste? So fine powder of recycle modified plastic is called polyblend was made, and this polyblend has been mixed with bitumen to lay roads in Bangalore, India. So polyblend was made by company of Ahmed Khan, who has been producing plastic sacks over 20 years. So again, this person, He used to get a lot of plastic bags and he was keeping in his warehouse, but there was no space for that. So then he suddenly decided that what should I do. So he tried to cut into some small pieces. Then he got some students from the nearby university in Bangalore, Karnataka, and then they suggested that why don't you use this plastic into the bitumen, and we are preparing a road, so we can use that road and we'll see what we can do. So they did some experiment based. Polyblend enhance the bitumen water repellent properties, and it helps to increase the life of the road, because there is a plastic on in the road, there is bitumen. Whenever there is a water drop or rain, it won't stick there, it will just slip over it, as the plastic does not allow the water to hold, and thus the life of the road increases. So again, the cost of 0.4 rupees per kg of plastic waste, Ahmed Khan now offers 6 rupees per kg of the plastic. So this was a very good initial experiment for some, if you say some 5 or 7 kilometers road, and they had experiment for at least 1 year, and they saw the very good result. And now in India, everywhere they are trying such kind of experiment. So that was another case study, the remedy for the plastic waste. Let us come to the soil pollution. Now, if you see the soil pollution, again, any undesirable changes in the soil physically, chemically, biologically, it's a soil pollution, and the causes can be seepage from the industry, especially all the chemicals, inorganic fertilizers, pesticides, herbicides, fungicides, all this. What are the harmful effects? So, non-target organism in the soil are killed. See, when you use pesticides, herbicides, fungicides, yeah, definitely insects are killed, but the thing is, the good organisms which are helpful to the plants are also killed. Soil become infertile after long use of these pesticides, herbicides, fertilizers. They become infertile. Pesticides can reduce or result in biomagnification, which we have seen. Eutrophication can be one of the harmful effects. Then controlling this soil pollution, we have two methods. The first is the safe disposal of industrial waste, and the second is the organic farming. The organic farming, we don't have to use any kind of fertilizer or pesticides or any kind of herbicides, and it allows the maximum natural resources to use, and the efficiency of the production will increase after a long period of time. So we get a good product, there can be no pollution. That is the best thing which we can do. With reference to this, there was a case study of organic farming. Ramesh Chandra Dagar, he was from the Sonipat, and he is making maximum use of resources, and his work includes beekeeping, dairy management, water harvesting, composting, and agriculture. In a process that, he has a lot of people with him, and they used to do organic farming only, which is very economical and sustainable venture. If you see the advantages of organic, we can say easily that chemical fertilizers are not used, only the cattle excreta is used as a manure. Crop waste is used for making the compost as natural fertilizers. Compost generates natural gas which can be used for the as a biogas also. Then he is running as a Haryana Kisan Welfare Club with 5,000 farmers, which is benefiting this 5,000 farmers. So if you see the overall, organic farming is always good, better, and it will helpful not only for the farmer but to the people, to the youth, to the public of the country and the soil itself. So I think it's a very good thing to do. So this is about the soil pollution. Now We will see some other topics in the next lecture, that is radioactive, greenhouse, global warming, ozone depletion, forestation and deforestation. I hope you have understood the lecture. If you have any doubt, please do ask me. Thank you.